the third standard of this part. We're going to skip over PA.1.e, which is having to do with exponents. We looked at that yesterday. We're going to save that for after we've talked a little bit more about evaluating without them. Okay? So, if we're talking about evaluating expressions with variables, we talked about substituting yesterday, and your assignment last night was simply to substitute. So you were going to get to this point. If I told you to find the value of each expression if m equals 7, the point that you got to last night is to write the value of the variable in parentheses and then bring down everything else. That's where your assignment was last night, to that level. Today and tomorrow, you're then going to complete the problem. Okay? So a little review of PEMDAS once we get into more complicated ones. For now, we're just practicing the follow-through. So 7 and 4 is 11. You should be bringing down your work vertically. Okay? All right. So again, I'm going to go over this one so that you know how to say the answer if you're called upon. So in this expression, 13 plus m, I would say I'm going to write down 13 plus 7 in parentheses. Okay? So if you're going to, my music is not. If you are going to answer a question, you would say 13 plus 7 in parentheses. Okay? For those of you that struggle with what to say. And then you just add them up. Okay? Bringing your work down vertically. Okay? So, anybody feeling confident want to tell me what to write down? Yes, ma'am?
7 in parentheses plus 8.
Good. And our final answer? 15, thank you. Okay, next. Sophia?
25 plus 7 in
25 plus 7 in
parentheses.
parentheses. Final answer?
32.
32. Good. Leah?
7 in parentheses minus 2.
And your final answer?
5.
5. Good. Sophia?
16 minus 7 in parentheses equals 9.
Equals 9. Good. How about some other people? What about Rana?
7 in parentheses minus 7.
Which is? 0. Good. What about 2? How would you say this? 19? It's okay. You were getting something out of your backpack. So, for example, this one's similar, right? And the person that answered this said 16 minus 7 in parentheses. So yours would be instead in parentheses, right? And your final answer? So if you complete the 19 minus 7, you get no tricks, just subtraction. It's okay. Tag in your neighbor. What would you get? 12. So 19 subtract 7, 12. Okay? Next level. Not that much more complicated. Anybody want to explain what they would write down? Sophia, you're on a roll. What you got?
2 in parentheses plus 5 plus 9 in parentheses equals 16.
2 in parentheses plus 5 plus 9 in parentheses equals 16. I agree. Okay, Kieran?
10 plus 2 in parentheses plus 9 in parentheses equals 21.
Equals 21. Okay? So you're just taking that x value of 2, putting it where you see an x, and taking the 9 value for y and putting it in where y is. Correct? Calling some other random people. Let's see, Nevaeh, what did you get for number 11? What would you write down? Is that better?
I would put 2 in parentheses.
Oh, hang on.
No, I put 9 in parentheses plus 2 in parentheses plus 17.
Okay, do it real quick. Take 10 seconds. Mm-hmm. Good. 9, next one. 13? Good. Good. Okay, so we're formalizing more of the language here than we're actually, the math is not the hard part, right? We're just making sure we're practicing how to say these things so that when we're talking in class, we're not waiting for somebody to think about, how do I say that, right? We're just going to speed up the way that we operate together, okay? Moving forward. Just some examples here for you, talking about multiplication now. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We're going to find the value of each expression if k equals 8. And some of these are actually equations, right? So they should be equal on each side. These are different ways to write multiplication, right? You've got the x for the multiply and you've got the dot for multiply. So they're just giving you different ways. The division for divide, the division symbol for divide. So you only need to tell me one way to write it, okay? I do want to let you know when you talk about number 6 or number 7, okay? When you talk about these two, you would say them differently if you write them differently. So I'm going to do both just to show you, okay? And I want you to write down the words that I write down. So if I choose to do this way, k is 8 here, I would do 8 in parentheses divided by 4, okay? So you would say 8 in parentheses divided by 4. Okay? On the other side of things, for number 7, let's say I wanted to go with this one here. You would say 48 over 8 in parentheses. Okay? 48 over 8 in parentheses. Does that make sense? It's a different way to say it. Yep, if it's in fraction form. I don't care which one you use. You need to be prepared for both. Okay? Okay, going back up. So, number 1, any volunteers? Sophia, this is your last one of the day. 3 times 8 in parentheses equals 24. That was your last one of the day. Alright, let's see. Next one. Jillian.
8 in parentheses divided by 2.
Good. And your answer? 4. Thank you. Next one, number 3. Kayla Ruby.
32 divided by 8 in parentheses.
Divided by 8 in parentheses. Good. And your answer?
4.
Good. Kira, next one.
4, 8 parentheses times 5 is equal to 40.
Good. Next one, Cameron.
got it.
It's okay. You only gotta do like just think about this one. What would you say? What would you write in there? Are you stuck?
Yes.
Okay, so for example here, if you look at the number 1, in order to say this expression out loud, you would say 3 in parentheses 8, or 3 times 8 in parentheses. Okay? Equals 24. So you could choose which way to say that. 3 parentheses 8, 3 times in parentheses 8. So what would you do for yours? If that k value is 8. Do you know the answer? Say that again? It's not 4 plus. 4 times 8. What's 4?
4 times 8.
Okay, so then 4 times 8 in parentheses. And your final answer? Yeah.
No, we're not.
I mean, you can, but... And then this one, 2. The division should not be the hard part. Okay? Go slow to go fast. If we do this now, we formalize this now, we don't have to talk about this after this point, right? Alright, Louie, what about this next one? Good, thank you. That was nice and quick. You were ready. Okay. How about these? They're a little harder, right? A little harder. Remember, you're working from left to right. So this first one I would write down 10 in parentheses.
Divided by 2 in parentheses. Divided by 5.
So then I would work them in order. 10 divided by 2 is
5.
5?
5 divided by 5 is 1.
Good. Okay, take a minute to work on those 3. Take a minute to work on these 3. My ears just cleared. You don't need to do it until tomorrow. You can do it tonight if you want to. Yeah. All right. Let's see. How about this one? Kevin, what did you write down for number 10? In parentheses, right? Good? Oh, pre-algebra, hold it together. And what was your final answer? 40. Good. Who can do number 11 and 12 super fast? All right, Sophia. Oh, goodbye. See ya. You'll have to do that one on your own.